Yesterday, a big patch for Injustice 2 was released, and it was very exciting. We found out that there is now legendary gear in the game, which is fantastic, a new way to unlock gear, and a new awesome set and style of gear, which is what I want to talk about in this video. So we don't have any confirmation of what this gear looks like yet. No one's unlocked it yet, at least as far as I'm aware, at least at the time of me recording this video. But this probably isn't going to be the last time gear is added to the game. So not only in this video am I going to show you some epic gear sets that I think are going to be added to the game, or that currently are in the game, but I'm also going to show you some other gear sets, not necessarily legendary, but gear sets that will be coming in the future, at least in my opinion. Let's start off with the legendary gear though, because I feel like that's a good starting point. So these screenshots are taken from the mobile game. Now keep in mind, the reason I'm invoking the mobile game here is because before the mobile game was released, one of the big things they talked about a lot was the fact that all of the models in the game were ripped directly from Injustice 2, the console version. So if they're being ripped directly from Injustice 2, the console version, how do they have all this extra gear that isn't in Injustice 2, the console version? What extra gear am I talking about? I'm talking about this stuff. We got a gas mask here for Scarecrow, which is awesome here on the first loadout. The second and first, though, the gas mask is probably also legendary gear. This is probably just a different variant of it. You've got the hook on the third loadout there, looks really cool. Probably another legendary item if it is in the game, or if it will be added into the game in the future. It's got a nice little glowing effect, which will look awesome depending on what shader you're using. Now this next one, obviously everything here is already in the game, other than the shirtless Joker. So maybe we're going to get a legendary torso for him, or it's just going to be a future gear piece added to the game that isn't necessarily legendary, but common or something like that. That just hasn't been added yet. But here we do have some possible legendary Joker gear. Obviously this first loadout is something that doesn't exist in the game currently, doesn't even come close to existing. None of this actually is in the game at all. Loadout number 2 obviously doesn't exist in the game either, and loadout number 3 just looks to be loadout number 2 but with a different shader. And finally I want to talk about this promotional piece for Injustice 2. This is just promotional art that was released a while ago. This helmet isn't in the game currently, and I believe the gauntlets also aren't because of those shoulder pads. I've never seen those shoulder pads before. That helmet definitely does not exist in the game currently, and is possibly a legendary item that has been added to the game now. Alright, so that's all the possible legendary gear that's going to be added to the game, or is currently in the game. But I also want to talk about future gear that will be added to the game outside of legendaries. In the mobile game, we already have Man of Steel Batman, Suicide Squad Harley Quinn, and a Wonder Woman movie costume that is completely different to the current Wonder Woman movie costume that we have in the game. I think that all of these gear sets, including a Batman Arkham one, will also be added to the console version of the game sometime in the future, but it's impossible to tell when that will be. I would imagine we will get some Batman vs Superman stuff, or not Batman vs Superman stuff, but some DCEU stuff around the time of the Justice League film. Thank you guys for watching this video. My name is Bilbsy. I know this is a bit of a shorter video, but nonetheless, I thank you guys for watching it. I'll see you in tomorrow's video.